This one will not cost you a dime. Make sure you scan the QR code, enter in your details, and if you find yourself in row C, you and a friend in row C for the May 21st game against the Illawarra Hawks. So make sure you grab your phone out of your pocket, scan the QR code on the big screen. And your details in, 2 tickets, 3 rows from the front for the Illawarra Hawks game on May the 21st.
This show brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Trade.
G'day punters, the Adelaide 36ers taking on the Cairns Taipans. Now the Taipans, one of the most disappointing seasons we've seen in a while from them. The Adelaide 36ers have exceeded expectations so far, and I reckon just the fact that they're within arm's reach of a final spot, and while that's a long arm, they're still within reach. So I reckon that'll get them over the line here as they chase that top four. But the big win, little win market is where the head-to-head value lies. I do think it's going to be a close game, so as usual, we're going to stick within that 1 to 10 point.
Your company. We appreciate you sharing your Tuesday night with us here on the Hungry Jacks NBL. Both these teams are mathematically still playoff chances, and don't try and tell them that's out of the realm of possibilities. It should be a good one. Adelaide looking to bounce back, having lost their last two to the Taipans. And to tell us more, let's send it over to our commentary team, Cam Luke, Corey Williams, and Adelaide's own Pistol Pete Hawley.
Thank you, Case. This is going to be a big one. And, of course, no man in the history, Pete Hawley, of the NBL has had 3 straight triple-doubles, as Josh Giddey's going to do tonight, or try and do tonight. Hello to you.
G'day, Cam. It's good to be here. Thanks for that intro, Case. He loves it down there in Adelaide. And we're going to look at the ladder. I know these teams look like they're down to the bottom, but there's so much to play for. As you mentioned, Josh Giddey, he gets to play for the wins, the draft stock. Guys are playing for contracts. There's so much more left to play for everyone involved in this game. And Adelaide 36ers, they're playing some really good basketball right now, and they lost to Cairns the last time they played, so they'll want to bounce back and make sure they get this one.
They most certainly did. Homicide, as I welcome you, and it was in round 14. There was no Scott Machado that night, but there was Cam Oliver. There was also a 16-point lead for the 36ers, and they gave it up.
Yeah, they did. It was great defense by Cairns Taipans, and Cam Oliver turned up, but we got to give a shout-out to the supporting cast. No Scott Machado, but Mojave King, 14-5. Ted Duffelmeyer, 12 points. Jordan Natai, 15. And Nate Jawad with 13. Collectively, they ended up getting it done. But I'll tell you this.
Tell me.
Scott Machado's in this game coming up. And Space Cam is not here.
That's true. Here's the Adelaide starting 5 and team list. Pretty much the same. They got the win a couple of days ago, Pete Hawley. But so much is about Josh Giddey.
Well, it is, and that starting lineup right now, if they had that lineup from the start of the season, we'd be talking about a different possibility towards the end of this year with the Adelaide 36. But look at that. Triple-double for Josh Giddey versus the Bullets. He does everything now. We know how good he is. We know how well he controls the game for an 18-year-old, and he's going to be a big chance to get it tonight, you'd think.
All he got to do is rebound the ball early. He's done that clearly the last 2 games. He's been chasing rebounds down. So I think once you get in the rhythm of getting these triple-doubles, which is not easy to do, you kind of you understand the science. You know how to pick your pockets, you pick your moments, when to pass, let the ball do the work. You're going to be out there playing 30-plus minutes, so you're going to get an opportunity to score. Rebound the ball and keep facilitating. He'll get it tonight.
There we go. Prediction. He'll be the first man in NBL history to have 3 straight. His head coach, Connor Henry, only moments ago, courtside, was joined by John Casey.
Coach, coming off your biggest win of the year here at home, you must be full of energy for tonight.
It's nice having our squad together, John. We had another good 2 days of training, and we've got a big challenge ahead of us tonight, and I think we're ready to go.
Triple-double for Josh Giddey again, back-to-back. I mean, that's energising the group as well. Everyone seems thrilled for him.
Yeah, I think it's, it's a Giddey watch now. It's on, the fans are knowing. I think it's kept track in the arena, so I didn't have any idea when it actually happened, but it's exciting, and everybody's into it, so it's a really good thing for the club.
Cairns have caught you a couple of times. They won't sneak under your guard tonight.
No, we hope not. We've lost a couple times up there after coming off some wins, and I thought we would play well up there, and we didn't. I think our squad's different now. Since then, getting Isaac back, getting healthy again, and I think we play with a lot more confidence right now.
Can you tell us what you're going to do differently tonight to make sure you get the win?
Well, it's just a continuation of the other night, playing easy basketball, getting off the ball early, playing for each other, rebounding our positions, running the floor, proper spacing, all those things that are involved in the game. And we continue to preach that, and we've had some good workouts.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks, John.
Majok Deng, 16 games on the sideline. He is back tonight. Let's have a look at the starting five for the Cairns Taipans, and off the bench, of course, you mentioned it earlier, Ted Dufamai Jr. playing some good basketball. Mojave King is a starter tonight. There's some young guys playing for contracts. Even Venky Joyce, who's sort of been around a little bit in the NBL last couple of years, gets an opportunity. But good to see Majok Deng back after 16 games on the sideline.
Oh, it's huge, isn't it? Because their season was already kind of shaky, but it really took a bad turn after Majok Deng went down in the NBL Cup, and they struggled to fill that spot. Are playing some better basketball now, but this is going to be a tough match for them against a really solid Adelaide
Who wins?
team. Adelaide.
Corey.
Adelaide.
Machado. First crack at it, no good. Isaac Humphries doing what he's done so often this year. Leads the league in blocks. He's able to be the enforcer there and get a rebound and kick started for Adelaide. Here's Johnson. Ball right past it. Isaac Humphries able to evade Joe Wayne laid in.
That's something that the Adelaide 36 have really grown with, especially since Isaac Humphries has come back. Their offense is much more in sync. That ball went side to side. They got it through. Everybody got a touch in that first offensive possession. They got the ball for an easy Isaac Humphries bucket.
Mojave King was aggressive, was able to get Isaac Humphries to commit. Led to Nate Jaiwai to get the offensive rebound, and it was, in the end, foul or be scored on, and they said, you'll go to the foul line.
You notice what happened there when Josh Giddey brought that ball up, that first possession. And Scott Machado was running next to him, ran past him and pointed at Mojave King to go and check him. So it's next star on next star tonight. We won't be seeing Machado, the 2-point guards. Mojave King looks like he's going to have the assignment.
No Hungry Jack's burgers in this trip to the line for Nate Jaiwai, who's had to play and shoulder more responsibility with Cam Oliver heading back to the United States the last couple of weeks. Leaves the little one, second one a little short. Here is Giddey, guarded by Machado on this possession. Little two-man game with Johnson, gets all the way to the bucket. Corey Williams, talk to me there about how easy that was for the next star.
That was real too easy, to be honest with you. There was no weak side help. Good take. Want to get to the basket and get two easy ones.
Here's Jaiwai. Gets deep on Humphries. Little jump hook, no good. Daniel Johnson with the rebound. Now it is Giddey, met by the next star, King. In the end, left way open. Brandon Paul's able to get the offensive rebound and put it back, though. The energy looks down early from Cairns.
It does, but it looks good for the Adelaide 36ers. Brandon Paul getting that extra possession, and another one who, as we see their offense flowing, everybody's going to be getting touches. You saw him come off that curl screen in that first possession, and they know where he has to be successful, but just created that opportunity himself.
Machado kicks it out to Mojave King for three. Line drive was short. We look, it's going to be on 15. On Big Nate Jaiwai on the rebound.
Humphries.
Runs in Isaac Humphries. He's first in the night.
I just saw it there and I didn't know whether it was so be like.
Paul got it. Is he going to count? It will.
That's just great offense. They look so fluid every possession that they've got. And as a result, they've gotten high percentage shots and plays. And I think they missed the shot so far in this game.
And I touched on it briefly at the start. Looks like God may have got him on the left over. He doesn't look happy about it at all. Not too much there. But this starting five right now for the Sixers, if they had this five to start the season, they're in a top four situation by far right now. The way they started with the two bigs, with Isaac Humphries and Daniel Johnson, that Donald Sloan, that didn't work out. Tony Crocker now is coming off the bench. Brandon Paul's a better fit. Josh Giddey's found his groove. This is a really dangerous starting five.
Machado takes it up. Humphries calling the foul there, leads the league in blocks. Not this time, though, as Machado. Scotty Machado will go on the foul line for 2.
Nice take by him. No weak side help at all. He met him at the rim, but it was too late. He goes to the charity stripe for 2. Machado's going to have to put up, man, about 20 attempts today.
Well, he is. That was Josh Giddey. Just
uber aggressive.
Sorry, Josh Giddey as the help defender turned his back and got a nice line to the hoop. But since Cam Oliver's gone and we know the Taipans are out of contention, Scott Machado, you can tell, has taken a bit of a step back offensively, trying to score the ball, get others involved, really try and get everybody feeling good on this Taipans unit, because it's been a tough season for them. And now Cam Oliver, he would have had the potential pressure, and as you see Mike Kelly as well. It's been tough for everybody up there, but thinking I could average 30 a game, but what are they playing for is the big question right now.
1 or 2 for Machado. Isaac Humphries heads to the bench with 2 early fouls. Keanu Pinder coming off his best game as a pro, as an NBL player. A couple of days ago, he checks in for his first minutes. Great pass. Daniel Johnson deep. Still can't get up now in the end. Is able to somehow find a way. That'll be over the back. As we heard the referee there, Pinder over the back of Ja White.
5, over the back.
Pinder comes in after having a big game, 19-7 in that win.
Can't run. Keep everybody in front.
Best game by far of the season.
By far, stepping into those threes with confidence as well. 0 of 4 from the field on the Taipans to kickstart this one. Machado. Ngatai turned down the 3, gets deep into it. What a block! Pinder comes over with the athleticism and says no.
Now that's great. Weak side rim protection.
Some confidence he's playing with. Daniel Johnson gets deep. Mojave King wraps him up and gives away the foul. We have a look at this. Talk us through it. Homicide.
Man, that's just great defense, meeting them at the rim.
And that was his role, wasn't it, when he came into the season? It's those energy plays, be a good defender, great.
It's Mojave King
out of nowhere.
The other way.
Speaking of athletes, but that was Pinder's role. Be the athlete, play some good defense and make those kind of energy plays. His offense and the confidence on that end has started to grow over the last few weeks.
Dench, tough one. Johnson couldn't finish the first one. Gets it back. Just continues to work too hard under the bucket for the Taipans. They'll get another opportunity. They are smacking them on the glass. 10 rebounds to 1, 4 offensively. So we have a look at Mojave King saying no.
Great defense. Thought he had an easy bucket. Didn't go up aggressive enough. Mojave King sends that packet.
It was only last game we saw Brandon Paul rip middle and throw it down with the left. He's got you talk about aggressive enough. He knows he can throw it down the left. You got a little harder than that. Get a nice little dunk.
Thought he had an easy bucket. That's what he thought.
Yeah, look at the top 5 scorers of the NBL this year. Daniel Johnson just once again Mr. Consistent, getting it done every season.
You know what? This is an impressive start by Adelaide, but we should not expect anything different. You got to remember, at one point in Adelaide, in Cairns, they were up, what, 16 points and lost that. So that's a game, you know, you didn't beat us, we lost it. So now we want to make sure that we step on your neck early, and that's what they're doing early.
Tonight has started fairly similar to that game in Cairns. Goes inside, can't finish it the first time. And now we'll push the other way. Will Giddey, next star on next star, fun to watch, crosses him over. Great D by Mojave King again. Forces Giddey into a tough shot. Now we look the other way. Still yet to hit a shot from the field of the Taipans. Is that it? Yes, it is.
Well, I love this from Mojave King, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's put the hand up himself wanting this assignment against Josh Giddey, because coming into the season, all the hype was these two next stars, the locals, to see what they can produce. And Mojave King, we know he's had a bit of an up and down season, looked good as of late, but no better chance to show what he can do as Nate Jallow is going to get whistled for the foul there. That's all you're talking about, Cam, the defense. He's going to be quicker than Josh Giddey, and he's got a really long wingspan, which is going to really try and trouble Josh Giddey. We know how good he is as a passer, and everything has to go a little bit more precise with the length of Mojave King.
Look, if I'm Mojave right now, coach is going to play me finally. I got a chance right now to match up the right way, how I would want to play against Josh. So, of course, he's taking this matchup personally, as he should.
Mike Kelly rolling the dice a little bit here. Nate Jowai stays in the game with 2 early fouls.
You're going to have to get him out. Because on the offensive end for Adelaide, you just go at him. And you know that's what they're going to do.
It's very risky because you know Daniel Johnson's ability to pick up fouls on guys, and they're going to go straight back to the big fella down the other end.
Daniel Johnson makes both. Extended pressure up the floor by the 36ers. Stays in a man. Here is Mojave King. Gets past Giddy, who taps it away from behind. Puts his hand up.
And that's a good foul. Because that was an athletic dunk coming up.
Put his hand up real quick.
Would have been nasty.
Definitely there.
I like this matchup right here.
9-point lead for the 36ers. Machado to inbound. Machado just deep inside, runs out of places to go. What a pass! Blagojevic just had to put his hand up, catch it, kiss it off the window. That's why Scott Machado is exactly who he is. All first NBL team last year.
Beautiful pass.
Crocker in for his first minutes as well. Great D. It's going to come off the foot of Crocker. It'll be a turnover. Talk us through this, Peter Hawley.
Well, Scott Machado, I mean, we know he's the assist king. He was last year, leading the league in assists last year with 7.1 a game, and was this year in the first 6 rounds of the season. Averaged 9.5 assists per game in the first 6 rounds. To Josh Giddey's 6.3. That's going to be a foul. Oh, it's going to be off the leg. Since then, that has changed dramatically since the first 6 rounds. And now, Josh Giddey with 7.7 assists leads the league in assists. That's a massive swing, that 3 assists per game. As we see there, the top 5 now, he's changed it all in the last few rounds.
Beautiful ball movement. You got a crew to facilitate too. Got guys that can consistently finish. Great work by the young fella. And on the other hand, once you stop that showtime with Machado to Cam Oliver, and they turn Machado into a scorer as opposed to a playmaker, so his assist numbers, rightfully so, is down.
Ball stays with Adelaide.
You add injuries into the play. No Kouat Noi, no Majuk Deng.
No Oliver, as you mentioned.
New Bill in Japan.
Much different feel than what it was going into the season when there were such high hopes for the Taipans coming off that wonderful season last year. Here's Johnson, guarded by Joyce. Shot clock's down to 5. Crocker sees it, knows he has to get to work. Little step back, deep 2 is down. Nothing he can do to stop that.
You know what? That was the best defense in the half-court Cairns played, and they still found a way to get it going. And that's what happens when teams get rolling early.
Machado finds Joyce as a possible 3-point plan. Scotty Machado early, his ability to be able to get 2 feet into the paint, Pete Hawley, is a huge reason why this team play their best, as we see Crocker on the step back. But when Machado's in his aggressive mood and setting the table, it's fun to watch.
Well, you can see that right now his intent is driving to score, but the defense of the Sixers are pulling him up right at the right moment, but no one's helping to rotate. He's making the right decision and getting other guys involved, and that's the Scott Machado we remember. We talked about the last season when he led the league in assists. He was everywhere. He was having some massive games passing the rock.
Finky Joyce leaves it short. Tad Dufamo Jr. into the game as well. His first minutes. Pete Hawley spoke pre-game about some of these young guys getting opportunities. Talking young guys and opportunities. Here's Josh Giddey for 3, no good. Joyce with his first rebound. Machado again, what a pass. Step back, Blagojevic never looked like it. Pinder with nice D. And now they'll push. Giddey, Crocker, 3, net.
Beautiful cross-court pass in transition. Crocker just walks right into that in rhythm. Nice hit.
He's got 5. The lead is 10.
Still for Maya in the game. Another guard who can create off the dribble.
He likes his matchup on Daniel Johnson. Couldn't finish it. Pinder with the rebound. Pinder 3 rebounds in his first quarter, being active. And here he is, guarded by Dufamai, one-on-one. Probably had an opportunity to back in a little further. Tried the cross-court pass, leads to Ngatai for 3. That's a little short.
You can hear Connor Henry yelling on that first initial ball screen with Giddy and Pinder, yelling at Pinder to roll because he had a mismatch with Dufamai, but just decided to pop to try and get that 3 ball. That's going to be a foul. Daniel Johnson go to the line again. Good pass, Brandon Paul. But that's what we're talking about with Keanu Pinder. He's falling in love a little bit because he's shooting the ball well, but you've got to still find your mismatches. You've got to play to what the defense is giving you and get straight down into the post.
And that was the perfect opportunity to get deep into the post.
Well, he got there eventually and then ended up turning it over, but he was there on the first one because you could tell all he wanted to do was get a pick and pop and step into a 3 ball.
TikTok timeout style, 10-point lead for the 36ers. 3 of 12 from the field of the Taipans, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, and 2 of 5 from free throws. So not exactly shooting the ball all that particularly well. I'm almost certain that Mike Kelly, the head coach of Taipans, won't be overly happy. We're going to have a listen in.
George. Hey, remember now, Brandon Paul rejects. Brandon Paul rejects. We want to push him to the screen. All right? Offensively now, be ready for them. Just a quick show. McVay's now in at the 4, so it's a little different. But they're looking to like orange it, just that quick show and get back so we can attack on that. Let's go with straight open right now. Open now, okay? Go screen away. Screen away, Schaefer Knox. Yep, you're here. Screening that thing away as he comes off. We're ghosting that, Tad. Get downhill now as Banky comes back to set that thing, okay? Good. Hey, so we're open. Right now, shooting free throws, box out. Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Head coach Mike Kelly, of course, it's champion heritage round. There we go. The jersey that the Adelaide 36ers should be wearing tonight. You want to look as cool as she does, head to the NBL store online to purchase all the club champion heritage round jerseys. It's a very nice one. Adelaide wore it a couple of nights ago and should have it up tonight.
Yeah, absolutely they should. It's a great jersey. It brings back the Willie Farley memories for myself.
A championship, you would have been sitting courtside back in the day as a young Pete Hawley.
Not all of us get courtside tickets all the time, Cameron.
It's heritage round. Every team should just wear the heritage jersey.
I'm with you. I love all the heritage jerseys, but as being an Adelaide boy, I do have fond memories of that bright yellow jersey.
And a little bit different in NBL 22 when we'll know the fixture, touch wood, a little further out. So there shouldn't be any clashes. Just make sure they all sit down and we have heritage round and we can pay homage to the outstanding jerseys that have been worn for these wonderful franchises previously.
Willie Farley was a gun, huh?
Really? Absolutely, man. I used to love watching him go about his business.
And Majok Deng in for the first time in 17 games. He's missed the last 16. And he's getting straight into the action.
Great to see him on the court. They missed him so much.
Pinder takes it straight off him. But we know that he can go. Brandon Paul says, I'm just going to let this fly. Never really looked like it, the deep 3. And now Dufamai getting deep. Kicks out, here is Deng.
Back juke. No one.
Daniel Dillon in for his first minutes tonight as well. Good to see, green light for Majok Deng. Straight there, gets a good look at it. Couldn't get it to knock down. Shot we know he can make. Here's Johnson, guarded by Deng. 2 former teammates going at it. Deng wins that battle. Joyce right at Daniel Johnson. A little bit ungainly. Couldn't finish it with the left. Former teammate of Peter Hawley's.
Cairns Taipans 3 of 14 in this first quarter. 21%, 1 of 4 from the 3.
Right now, this battle's been won on the glass. And 6 rebounds total for the Cairns Taipans. 6 rebounds total for Daniel Johnson. A nice lefty hook.
Goodness.
To go with it.
Big first quarter for Daniel Johnson. He's got 7 to go of those 6 boards Bulls just spoke about. And that lead is 13 as we need the last minute of the first quarter. Deng. Guarded pretty well by Pinder, who makes him fade.
It's just two good defensive possessions, especially in that one-on-one matchup by Pinder.
Crocker, catch, shoot, number 2 in the corner. He's got 8, both times cross-court, little semi-transition. He walks straight into them. Nice start for Tony Crocker, and the lead is 16.
And I like his new role, Tony Crocker coming off the bench. Takes the pressure off him to have to put up some big numbers as an import starter, and Brandon Paul's going to be there and comes in and you can see him hunting his shot. I mean, he's feeling good after that initial long 2-step back, but talk about role clarity, how important that is in a season. Adelaide 36ers have that, albeit it might be a little late, but they're a team right now that are balling, and that man is playing with all sorts of confidence.
Too athletic. He's loving his work as well. He should. 4 rebounds in the first quarter as well. Part of that domination. It's 20-6. 6 of them are offensive for the 36ers and giving them opportunities. They just turn it over. Right on the buzzer. Hey, couldn't find it. Was Brandon Paul. But that ends a great first 10 minutes for a team that is playing chock full of confidence. The Adelaide 36ers 27. The Taipans 9. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter next.
Against Perth at the Silverdome, and then Monday once more at this venue against Illawarra. So big stretch of games coming up for them. Humphries trying to muscle his way in. Last 4 rounds has Daniel Johnson leading the league. And there he is, catch and shoot 3. The bank is open on a Monday in Tasmania.
The Sixers, Giddy sat some of that out. He's been involved in their last 13 points, either scoring or diming.
Delaney took it straight at Giddy that time. Back to 1, the difference. Webster, top of the key, 3.
Well, that'll feel good for Webster. Come out and watch this young fella live and in person.
Maybe they should take a look at that man. Splash from Delaney. This from Finn Delaney. That jump shot of his, as you said, Liam, we've always known he had the athleticism and the hop. A different looking lineup on the floor for the 36ers. Humphries, straight at low, too good.
Nice.
They haven't been able to get the look that they want so far. They'll be happy with that one, though.
Over the course of the season, only Perth and Cairns ranked lower, but they're second last in offensive efficiency as Iverson scores an efficient bucket.
He does.
In the shot clock, and then have the poise to be able to slow it down. New Zealand had a 9-zip run to begin this fourth. That was Adelaide's first score of the quarter. That make from Crocker. Giddy follows it up with an N1 opportunity.
Late bird in the game. Barker spot up 3. The Breakers record a good win. The second half was all theirs. Final score 93-77.
Quarter in the books, Adelaide Entertainment Centre on a Tuesday night, and it's all the home team. Jose Humphries doing what he does before he had to take a seat with a couple of early fouls. The next start, Josh Giddy getting to the rim very easily. Brandon Paul just gets better every single time we see him. And this is an Adelaide team playing full of confidence. Here's head coach Mike Kelly with Dylan Thorogood, who's tonight's winner of the $50 Kmart gift card. And you, like Dylan, can be a winner. Enter for your chance to win a $50 gift card. Get to the NBL website. All thanks to Kmart. There will be a winner at every game this season. Peter Hooley, 10 minutes, all Adelaide. What did you make of it?
Well, that's what we want to see from the Adelaide 36ers, playing at home. And remembering what happened last time against the Taipans, and they're playing for, mathematically, they can still make finals. They want to keep ticking off wins as they go and feeling some really good basketball together. 18 points, there you go, their highest quarter-time lead of NBL 21. So all their best basketball coming at the right time of the season. They just need some help from other teams along the way.
I think you mentioned it early, Corey. The confidence that every single player is playing with on his team right now, in their role, the belief and trust they have in each other, it is very fun to watch.
It is fun to watch, but what's more fun to watch is when you have a team you lost to that you knew you should have beaten, and you have to see them again in a couple of weeks. You better believe you have that date circled on your calendar. And that's exactly what it looks like right now.
Big start. Vicky Joyce will go to the foul line for 2. Daniel Dillon picks up his first.
Adelaide shooting the ball
2 shots.
At the end of the first, 43% from the 3, 43% from the field. 6 assists to 1 turnover on 9 made field goals. 20 rebounds to 7 to 6 at the end of that first.
That is a domination on the glass. Here's Vinky Joyce, already given away Hungry Jack's burgers in his first game for the Taipans. And he does it again. Oh. There's a whistle.
Yeah,
we wait.
Yeah.
We wait.
It looked like Keanu Pinder might have gone a little early, so I'm not sure what happens here.
This will count. I speak on behalf of everyone. If he misses this, and he misses all 3, the burgers are out.
So if he makes it, though, he's all good.
If he makes it, he's all good. Because that is void. He's having a smile. He's loving it.
Oh, my
There we go.
goodness.
3 burgers are back. The code word is white. There it is right now.
Look,
congratulations. Head to the NBL app to claim your free cheeseburger. Redeemable in store until 6 p.m. tomorrow.
that free throw routine needs to be changed. There's too much movement going on prior to shooting the ball.
He struggled a lot in his career shooting the ball from the free throw line, which is why last time these two teams played up north, he was banking them intentionally, which is what he had been doing for a while. It looks like he's gone away from it, but if that's something that you feel comfortable with and works.
Chawai turns it over there. The stat man knows everything in the world of NBL, past and present.
Probably future too, to be honest.
Probably. Vinky Joyce, 2 home away games. 2 lots of Hungry Jack's cheeseburgers for the fans. Leads at 18. Early into the second quarter. Here's Jack McVeigh. Pinder, 3. Shot it with confidence. Can't quite get the shooter's roll. McVeigh knocks it out of court. It'll stay with the Taipans.
And these are big minutes for Jack McVeigh. Didn't play much at all in their last big win. And kind of happens that when the team wins by that much and you don't play at all, the coaches kind of think, well, I've got a system that works now. But Jack McVeigh hasn't done much wrong at all to warrant going to the bench. That man has been their spark, and he comes in and can fill it up offensively and has done all year.
Humphries sliding into that starting lineup again. And Pinder playing with the confidence that he has, and Crocker being that guy coming off the bench and be the aggressor with bench scoring. It has made it a little bit hard for Jack McVeigh to get into this rotation. As Josh Giddey comes back in, Pinder with his second foul. Daniel Dillon takes a seat.
This is very difficult for the Taipans because they're limited offensively. They don't have too many people that can create off the dribble. So I don't know where their offense is going to come from outside of Machado.
Tufamai tried to use the Jawai screen. Giddey was able to fight over it, forced him back the other way. Jawai in the end, little 12-footer, no good. Brandon Paul, again, it's one and done for Cairns every possession. Such is the dominance right now on the glass of Adelaide. Paul gets him in there, what a move! Krislovic just went flying on through, and Brandon Paul says, I'll just be patient and add another 2 points. He's up to 8.
Beautiful take. A la Rajon Rondo fake. Easy finish to the basket.
They are doing whatever they want right now, Adelaide. The lead at 20.
Down this end, Cairns Taipans cannot buy a field goal. 3 of 19 from the field. See if that turnover can help spark something offensively.
Tufamai for 3. Got it.
Well, it wasn't pretty because you look at the defense for the Sixers. Whenever one guy gets beat, someone else steps up and they rotate really well. And in the end, Tufamai relocated and got a nice, pretty open 3-ball to try and get them going, get some sort of rhythm down that end.
Giddey, 2-man game with Isaac Humphries. Now he's the big fella. Got 2 early fouls. Had to take a seat. Now it's at 5. There's that little 1-footer from Jack McVeigh, which we love. This one's hard off the iron, leads to Machado to take him on. Eurostep gets fouled. He'll go to the foul line for 2. I think we still have some shot clock left for Jack McVeigh to play with, but we don't care. It's fun to watch.
So unnecessary. But hey, we've seen him make one, and he says he practices them all the time. Look good. Look good out the hand.
Everybody clap your hands.
For a man who's fallen a little bit out of the rotation, it's a risky move, maybe. Tick-tock timeout. We're going to jump into the Adelaide 36ers huddle in a split second. Lead is 17. It's been all Adelaide. 23-9 on the glass. 7 rebounds for Daniel Johnson leading the way. We're only not even halfway through this second quarter. Here is Connor Henry.
So when things go bad right there, you got to put your head down and you got to sprint back and get below the ball so Machado can't get in and put pressure on the paint. You got to be a dig deep right there. All right, play hard all the time. We'll get you in and out when you're gassed. Okay? Look, we want to play simple basketball. Started out with an L5, right? With the low. Just like we talked about. Stretch DJ, come off of it, play out of it. High angle. Just simple basketball, boys. All right? If you're going to paint switch, then you got to paint switch back. Right? With Dubermeyer. You did a good job right there. You guys contained it. Right? Then you got to have urgency. Come on.
Oh, there we go. Connor Henry. Have you entered yet, Hooley? Enter now. nbl.com.au/winner-MG. It's to celebrate MG Motor Australia and the Hungry Jacks NBL, the partnership that's been for so long and continues to go from strength to strength, giving some lucky fan a chance to win the all-new MGHS. It's valued at $29,990. There it is. That is the website. If you don't know, there it is. nbl.com.au/winner-MG.
So that's going to be drawn soon. And tell you what, either
where Gazy's been.
Either Jack McVeigh knew that he was about to come out and took that one-legged three, or he's taken it and now he's sitting down. Because that sub came in mighty quick.
That's a shot you take after you've made a few shots. If you know your leash has been short, that's the last shot you take.
For a man who, as Brandon Paul, a little double clutch with the left, couldn't finish it. That's going to be on Isaac Humphries. That'll be his third. Well, so we're going to have a look at that.
Pushed him straight out and took the ball.
On the back end of it, he's only played 4 minutes as Isaac Humphries, shooter foul trouble. Machado. Here's Jawai. Wants to go right at Humphries with those 3 fouls. Humphries can't really do much. And Jawai just get wherever he wants, lays it in. Last 7 points all for the Taipans.
Good aggressive take by the big fella. Recognize that the guy guarding you can't do anything anyway. So attack and get an easy basket like he just did.
He's been moving really well. Nate Jawai down low in the last few weeks.
Another stagnant offensive possession here by Adelaide. Giddy. Johnson, Detch, great ball movement in the end, got him wide open look. And it looked like it was going nowhere, but Giddy's able to break down his defender. Johnson with the extra pass, and it's nothing but net for Sunday Detch.
Great ability to get to that basket. Create all types of help. Kicks it back out. Good extra pass for an easy bucket.
Jawai right at Humphries again. The first time is no good. Brandon Paul got him on the wrist, the second time on the floor. That'll stay here.
Well, they had him on the initial rolling. This is the one you're talking about down the other end. Kind of a nothing offense, but got a wide open, good extra from Daniel Johnson. But the Taipans, they had Nate Jawai on the initial roll early in that half-court set to get it back into him. Because as you said, Humphries was coming out. He's out now. Pinder was at the scorer's bench. He was never going to foul. He played around a little bit. He had to relocate, and he caught it so far off the block that Humphries had a little bit of help by the time that he dribbled and got close. That's just a little lack of awareness, not to really go at what was working, knowing that Isaac Humphries was not going to put himself in an opportunity to foul.
Right now, it's a whole lot. It's half of a quarter left. And they are in penalty. 2 shots every time Cairns get fouled. They need to be uber aggressive attacking the paint the rest of this quarter.
Second one is down for Jawai. 4 points, couple of rebounds on the night. Machado comes in and tries to pick the pocket of Daniel Johnson. No good.
3, hold.
That's his second.
2 big guys going for a ball.
Connor Henry trying to still push the Isaac Humphries conversation from a couple of possessions ago that sees Isaac sitting on the bench with 3. Here's Giddy, gets around the Pinder screen beautifully, and in the end, no help defence. He was able to get past Nate Jolway fairly comfortably. A little left-hand layup for the next star.
And guess what? Nate Jolway don't want that 3rd foul either. I'm going to let you get that, young fella. Go ahead.
Same theory as the other end. Machado, step back. Pinder with rebound number 6.
I got you. Die.
Johnson couldn't get it to go.
Tough move. Was in his sweet. I mean, was in a good spot. I was going to say his sweet spot, but his sweet spot is all over the court. Got the right position and easy move. You get fouled. Now you go to the charity stripe for 2.
TikTok timeout. Don't forget tomorrow night, 1v2, Melbourne United v the Perth Wildcats. That's going to be a cracker.
Oh, my goodness. Boomer Bryce is in the town.
It is going to be huge. Now, Cairns Heritage jersey, 2006. I know you're a Townsville guy, but do you remember what happened in 2006?
I wasn't here.
Pete Hawley was probably at this game. First semi-finals.
Well, that was the stadium to the Pure Milk, everything. That's the throwback for the 36ers with the Taipans. Oscar Foreman.
George going nuts. But you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? You ready? This was a wonderful game in the semi-final. Anthony Stewart hit the big 3. Here it is. Bang!
Oh, goodness.
History made for the Taipans. And that is what the 2021 Heritage jersey. Back there, superstar team, Darnell Mee, Martin Catalini, Anthony Stewart, the 2016 champion sponsored jersey. That's what the Taipans are wearing, paying homage to the Orange Army colourway in Heritage Round, all thanks to champion.
Well, a couple of those names, Darnell Mee, Martin Catalini, well, in the other colours, a lot of their career as well with the 36ers.
They were a fun team to watch. Martin Catalini was in beast mode in that time.
Getter. Shout out to Catman.
He had 50 in one of those games that year.
He could score.
He could.
Hell of a shooter.
Been around. He was around for a long time doing his thing. Australian jersey as well. Daniel Johnson nails both.
We've got about 5 minutes left in this second quarter, and we're not going to get a triple-double watch tonight for Josh Giddey, but Brandon Paul, just quietly, he's got 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. So he's doing a bit of everything with the extra passes. As Taipans are struggling to find consistent baskets. That was a bunny missed by Krislovic.
And that was another great defensive play by Pinder, coming in, getting it done.
He is full of confidence right now. Giddey just drops it off to Johnson, who's able to use the left again. Daniel Johnson's big night continues into double figures, which has been said about 4 million times in his NBL career. He's got 11 and 7. At the other end, they continue to struggle to buy a bucket. Pinder again chased that shot.
That's what I'm talking about, Pinder.
5 rebounds, 3 blocks for Pinder so far tonight.
If you're the Cairns, Taipans, and when you're doing your skate, looking over the video of Counter Pinder, a shot fake wouldn't go astray because he is jumping to try and block every single shot, and he's having a lot of success with it right now.
And he is, as you touched on, Pete, and alluded to, because of his athleticism, his energy, his exuberance, his excitement, his willingness to throw his shot into the 5th row, he does jump at almost everything.
Well, I think he's got that lead. Now a little bit from Connor Henry to do that, especially as a help side defender who's come across. Make those energy plays. As long as you're being solid everywhere else, he'll live with those kind of, if you do end up fouling, little mistakes.
I think Liam Santamaria alluded to it the other day. This roll off the bench, not having to feel the pressure of being a starting four-man and probably try and look for your shot a little bit. Coming in off the bench and having the energy. What a pass from Johnson to Giddy. It's normally the other way around. They reverse the roles and all leads to 2 points. I think it just suits Pinder a hell of a lot more at this time of his...
It was destined for Sunday Dash. I reckon that was stolen on the cut. But it does. This is what I spoke about. Great pass there. I reckon they just can't buy one. 5 of 27 from the field, the Taipans. But the roster, the roll clarity they've got, that's going to be in 3 seconds. You talk about what they could have done with this at the start of the season. They'll be thinking about all that. And it's not like you're a team who's thinking, it's okay, if we can keep everybody for next year, we're going to be good to go. Because there's guys going to the NBA.
Yep.
There's going to be some movement around.
That'll be the big thing as to what Adelaide do next year. Josh Giddey will be in the NBA. Do they go and get an American point guard to make it a little difference? As Giddey just throws nicely to Brandon Paul, who just lays it in. He's having a very nice night as well. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. As Pete Hooley mentioned to go, Mirko Jeric 3. Well, he's the right man to be able to end that drought. As he's able to get it to go. Gets that lead back to 20.
Speak about bench roles. Mirko Jeric going to the bench this second half of the season, and it's an interesting one. It's Connor Henry. He is not happy at all with that quick trigger from Pinder, but
he might be coming out, although that type of help defense might help him. He's called just a little bit. Machado turned into a double team. Yeah, there he is. Crocker comes in. Pinder's got the head down, knows what's coming. Scotty Machado takes a seat as well. Dufamar back in. Here is Dufamar. Joyce spins right onto McVeigh. Able to use his body, give him some space. Couldn't nail the fadeaway. Crocker just back into the action. Giddey wants to take it right at King. Does exactly that. Finished a couple of times already with the left. That time wasn't to be a third charm. Great pass. Jeric. Deng runs the floor so well, as we know, is able to finish off the good work there.
Well, right now, the Cairns Taipans, their offense is all coming in transition. When they can get out and run and make good plays, their offense looks better, because in the half court, the defense of the Sixers, the rotation defense is really solid, but their offense is going nowhere.
Crocker pulls up, nails it. He's having a nice night as well, as he gets into double figures.
Coming off the bench, being that spark, has that freedom to just come in and just do your thing. 4 of 6, 10 points.
Cairns Taipans right now, 7 of 30 from the field, as you boys have talked a little bit about. 7 players with 1 field goal each. No one has multiple field goals on the night. Can Jeric change that? Not there, he can't. Can Mojave King? No, he can't, but he's earned himself a couple of foul shots.
He's trying to spark something, Mojave King, with his athleticism. We know he's an extreme athlete. Just really good game awareness from him there. Just jumping up and knowing he was going to get a bit of contact, throw it at the rim, and really made it fall as well.
Yes. Because you're in the bonus.
Mojave King, if you are joining us, it's too late for the cheeseburgers. They've gone off already. Courtesy of Vinky Joyce.
1.
And if you are just joining us right now for Tuesday Night Hoops, you've missed a very impressive start. Bottom of 36ers. What a pass. Giddey Johnson tried to hook past the ditch. Was cut off, and now the other end. Here's the Taipans in transition where they look their best. And Mojave King becomes the first Taipan to have multiple field goals on the night. He's up to 6.
Whenever the ball gets turned over by Adelaide or they miss a shot, that's when Cairns look their best. In the half court, there's absolutely nothing happening.
Dufamar is able to give a little fake one-way, get to the bucket. A lot of that's to do with Cam Oliver not being there, though.
Yeah, of course, they're short-handed, and Adelaide are taking full advantage of it.
Well, you see even there, I mean, it was a slower play in transition, but with the defense not set, there was the help defense came late, and Wilfenmeyer can get to the free throw line. So Adelaide 36ers just have to make sure they get a good look every time and try and slow them down, because just as well as their offense being good in transition, the Taipans, the transition defense of the Sixers has been very poor. Probably the one negative so far we've seen in the first 20 minutes.
Time out into the last 40 seconds. Connor Henry, who might be a little bit frustrated the last couple of minutes. We did hear him a couple of times screaming in the background. Get a good shot. Let's see what he has to say to his charges.
Fellas, we're up 22. In our next 4 possessions, we shoot on 1 pass possession or with 16 seconds on the clock. We have a chance to go up 30 going in. All right, that's where I'm talking about. If we don't have to take chances. It's an easy game, right? Yeah, I want you to take wide open looks. But come on now, you got to be smarter, right? Run. Huh?
Halftime. Just take high percentage shots.
Which, as you've touched on a couple of times,
Yourself looking forward to the next one.
I want Statman out the back to tell me exactly how many teams in NBL history have mathematically been able to make the playoffs and how many have actually made the playoffs.
Well, you only have to look as far as last year. The Breakers, that really late run, and they fell short with that
they go in the playoffs.
That wild game.
Here's Daniel Johnson, exactly what Connor Henry called for. Fades away from it, Jog Dang.
Connor Henry has continued to say it in every timeout. It's simple. Play simple basketball. And that's a perfect example of what he means by simple.
Wilfenmeyer right at McVeigh, gets deep in the end. Nice little hook shot's able to get it to go. And that'll end the first half, which ended a lot more positively for the Cairns Taipans than the first 16, 17 minutes went. I'll give them the last 3 minutes, and they trail now only by 16 with Adelaide 46, led by Daniel Johnson's 13, as the Cairns Taipans now up to, I know, hard to believe, now up to 27% from the field. It was a lot lower than that, 9 of 33, and they've been able to work their way into it very slowly. John Casey courtside in a matter of moments with a quick chat. Pete Hooley. In fact, no, we might go to John Casey in about 2 seconds. We will now. Case?
Thanks very much, Cam. I've got Brandon Paul with me here. Great first half from you, Brand. Looks like you're inspired by Josh Giddey's triple-double numbers. You're going to boast one yourself tonight?
I don't know. I'm just hoping to get the win. Honestly, I don't really care what it says at the end of the scoreboard as long as we have more points than the other team. We came out strong. We kind of slipped up the last couple minutes, but we got to bring that same intensity.
How do you maintain that focus? What do you say to your teammates to make sure you're switched on for the full 40?
We just got to let them know we've been in this position many times, and sometimes we came out sluggish, sometimes we came out firing, so we got to make sure this is one of the times we come out firing.
Well, you're undefeated here on this venue. Let's hope it continues tonight. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Brandon Paul there from the Adelaide 36ers. They've got a 16-point lead here at halftime, but it was as big as 23. Cairns mounting a comeback. Find out when you come back here in the Hungry Jacks NBL from Adelaide.
Fluoro green. Very nice fluoro green,
that green is not getting mixed up with anyone. Tarangi couldn't finish off. Wetzel puts it back in. 12 and 7 last Thursday.
Tarangi is shooting it at 20%. He's 15 of 74 on the season.
Lamar Patterson gets it to go.
And here it is again. And Ben Moore, he was in no man's land. Just a casual swipe of the ball. You either got to
add them up top.
You don't know if you're the man. You don't know if you have the keys. You don't know if you're renting or you're buying now.
From long range. Only the 7 minutes tonight in his return game from a groin injury.
He hasn't had a lot of luck, has he?
No. Drimmick, nice move. He threw it up. That's where Hodgson wanted it.
Wow.
He took care of the rest.
He goes into the traffic. Now, this is just someone seeing it, and I assume that's Ben Moore is responsible. If you
team lead by 8. Phoenix, just before the timeout, made a little run. Kadee, outstanding pass for Nathan Sobey.
Wow.
So they're trying to fight over the top. So straight away they go to their set. A nice back cut and a beautiful pass by Jason Kidd. So they need stops. They need consecutive stops.
Need to stop Lamar Patterson.
On the opposite wing, here's Patterson just going by. That's just a one-on-one game. But it's quickly running out.
Big win on the road for the Brisbane Bullets. They needed this one. They knew it going in, and they'll be delighted with the result.
Wonderful first half in Hungry Jacks NBL. Tuesday night action wherever you might be around the country. Isaac Humphries in some foul trouble, but he's been good when he's been out there. Only played 4 minutes. Brandon Paul just gets better every single time we see him. And the Taipans, well, they need someone to stand up and help Scott Machado and Mojave King getting an opportunity tonight. But Tony Crocker's been good, Pete Hawley.
He's been really good, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in this halftime break, the role clarity of the Adelaide 36ers. But they came out, threw the first punch, threw a lot of punches, and just the last 3 minutes, they took the foot off the gas, and what they did was allow that Cairns Taipans to feel comfortable in transition, and that's where they found their offense could start to put some points on the board, because for the first 17 minutes, it was looking really ugly offensively for the Taipans. They could not buy a basket. The defense of the Sixers was good. As we look at the halftime main guys, Tony Crocker will chat about. Daniel Johnson just going about his stuff, as Daniel Johnson does. And the young fellas of the Cairns Taipans getting an opportunity and trying to will something on, but 9 of 33 from the field, 27%. It's going to be tough to win any game shooting at that clip, so they'll want to turn things around in that regard. And look at the rebounding count. They have been demolished, and that looks better than it did for the first 15 minutes.
Remarkable. Big start by Adelaide 36ers. They got it out to 22. It's back to 16. And a man who, as I said, gets better each and every single time we seem to see him play. Brandon Paul is our Gatorade We Feel You player focus. Homicide, take us through his night because it is fun.
He's playing as serious as he looks. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He wants to win this game. Mathematically, as we know, they still have an opportunity to potentially make finals. So he wants to put this team to bed. Looking real good, if you ask me.
Best part about his game, as you said, he wants to win. He'll do anything it takes to win. And we talk about role clarity. He's found out what he has to do. And I tell you what, however short halftime breaks are, he's the first one out to warm. He sprints out to warm up. He's already out warming up now. He sprints out, gets extra shots up. He wants to make sure he does whatever he can to put himself in the best position, which is going to help the team win.
You talk about clarity, and both of the Cairns Taipans, who don't have Cam Oliver, of course, for the rest of the season, but what Adelaide are able to do, and what they've been able to do, and we spoke about that, the confidence they all taken in their current positions means this team's really humming along nicely.
Well, it is, and it's exactly right, because the role clarity, you want that towards the business end of the season, and they're pushing towards getting into a final spot. It's going to be hard, but you shorten your rotation. Everybody knows what they have to do. Guys now, the pressure's off, and we talk about Tony Crocker, Keanu Pinder. They're playing their role off the bench, and they're thriving in it.
And that's exactly it. Well, let's look at Tony Crocker's work, because he looks comfortable where he's at. He comes off the bench. He knows he's really a leader now of the bench, of that second string, and he comes straight on, and it was his first shot, and then his next two, he steps into straight threes.
Well, that's what he's got to do. He's going to be able to come in and find his shot and try and get going offensively, leading that bench unit. Jack McVeigh's minutes have gone pretty much to 0 now, so really it's going to be Jack McVeigh sprinkled in, and then Pinder and Tony Crocker coming off the bench. But Keanu Pinder's job isn't on the offensive end. It's Tony Crocker's the offensive guy off the bench, so he can hunt his shot. They're going to try and get him involved. You see they're running plays for him. And then Pinder's just got to come in and be in defense and knock down the open three. Not the contested one. Conor Henry didn't like that.
Now, tomorrow night. 1v2. Sunday, they're having an outstanding season, but tomorrow night, 1v2. Melbourne United are humming 11 in a row, and Perth Wildcats, well, they're the two-time defending champions. And I know, Homicide, you still believe they'll win the championship. The Will Magnay situation continues to intrigue all of us, because Liam Santamaria on NBL Overtime only half hour ago said that Melbourne have thrown their hat in the ring when we all thought he was just going to end up with the Wildcats. So that's tomorrow night. I don't think Will Magnay is going to say whoever wins gets me, but it is intriguing because Will Magnay about, we think, to sign at one of those clubs.
Is he out of quarantine? He's got a couple of days left.
He's got about 3 or 4 days left. He's nearly done.
Well,
He's snuck in quickly.
If he was out already, I might be sitting courtside.
Imagine
little college game day hat and just put on which hat he wants. So that's going to change everything where he ends up.
Wildcats still for you to win the championship?
Wildcats winning tomorrow, and they're winning the championship.
Tomorrow and the championship.
Well, that's
nothing changes.
You think about the streak Melbourne United's on and the way they're playing. A loss is going to do them good in the grand scheme of things. You don't want to go undefeated as good as it would feel. You want to be able to know that you're going to take every team's best shot and you've got to put your best foot on the gas when the game comes. So it's not going to worry them too much, you wouldn't think, tomorrow. But Will Magnay ends up in Perth. We're talking about a different beast over in the West.
All right, we've been talking a lot about the heritage jersey, and we're celebrating more than 40 years of Australian basketball, and not just across the Hungry Jacks NBL Championship, but across all of basketball, right? But Shane Hill, our man, he caught up with champion designer Ben Laylak to find out the inspiration behind the designs, including Shane's 1996 jersey.
All right, so what was the inspiration behind the heritage jersey?
I think looking back, we just really wanted to celebrate obviously key milestones and key jerseys for each club, but also pay an homage to all of the players that played in those jerseys as well.
And what design trends do you think the new generation of basketballers are looking for?
I think the outreach that basketball has, especially on the street, it makes the fashion travel from the court onto the global stage.
And what was the design process working on these jerseys for you?
I really had to take a deep dive into the history of each club, and I wanted to make sure that I was celebrating the right era or the right moment in time for the club, especially knowing that Champion obviously is now the official apparel sponsor of the NBL.
So what are we looking at here, mate?
It's the 96 jersey.
96, yeah. See, there you go, you know. 96.
That you famously wore, I guess, in the period of time that you were at the Kings. So
that's right.
Obviously updating it with the Champion logo this time around, but yeah, just really wanted to pay homage, I guess, to the period of time during the 90s that you played, and obviously period of time that Bruce Bolton and fellow other players were there.
Isaac
as well.
Burton, the Ice Man, my backcourt buddy.
Isaac Burton threw down one of the biggest dunks in the history of the NBL in that exact jersey. You got to get involved at home. All you fans, get it right now. NBLstore.com to purchase your favourite jersey. Have a look at the heritage round. There's the 36s at the front, Bullets from 95. Can't wait for the second half. It's on the other side of this. Make sure you get to the NBL store. Homicide's got one. The MVP, Bryce Cotton. Randolph. Step back. He looks aggressive early. That's down the bottom of the net, the long down the 5. McDowell White's going to have to launch it over Norton. Iverson runs it down, finds Delaney. Second opportunity, finds bottom of the net. So Webster in for the first time tonight, returning from injury. Abercrombie looked from many avenues. In the end, he thought, I've already hit 500 of these. What's another one? Homicide courtside, what do you got for us?
Gentlemen, ever since that timeout early in the first quarter by the Breakers, they have responded emphatically.
Delaney, baseline, runs into about 3 white shirts, is able to just dump it out to Randolph. Shot clock again down the 1. Great defense again by the Wildcats. This time it's better shot. Great body control and a finish by Ty Webb. Bryce Cotton, who went out with about 40 seconds ago in the third quarter, still set. Blanchfield. For the win. That will be the win. Levi Randolph fades away. Referee said, hang on. Hang on.
The
Wildcats, from what we saw there, but good attack. Put some pressure on the D and the officials. That is a tough running finish for the go-ahead bucket.
Blow in, so some length and some height to guard the inbound. Neil Norton's going to look. Half a second on the clock. Looking. Cotton for the win. Just off the eye, and New Zealand get one. Another classic between these two. Heritage round as we welcome back second half not too far away. We are celebrating more than 40 years of Australian basketball history across the Hungry Jacks NBL Champion Heritage round. And Champion has a long association with not only the NBL but basketball in this country. And working closely with each NBL team, the designers of Champion reference specific jerseys from seasons past to celebrate each team's history. Head to the NBLstore.com to purchase your favourite jersey. There's Hammer. It's a nice jersey the Kings going to roll with.
That's my favorite. I need one of those. That's my favorite. That jersey's sick.
16-point lead for the 36ers to kickstart the second half. Here's Machado. Tries to get going in and out. Isaac Humphries playing with 3 fouls, able to get his first rebound in the second half.
I know you're trying to get Scott Machado going offensively. He's just got the 3 points. But as you said, Ken, that's a great offensive set. Once again from the Adelaide 36ers, who just seems to be clicking on the offensive end. But if you're the Taipans, you've got to go at Nate Jawai right now. Get Isaac Humphrey in 4 fouls. That could change a little bit of momentum that they're going to need, because they need a lot of it.
Here is Jawai. Going to go at Humphries with that foul trouble. Great help by Brandon Portis a little late. Jawai's able to get where he wants.
Good deep catch. Too strong, there's nothing he can do. You don't want to pick your 4th up early like Peter Hooley just said. So you got to milk that till they make you do something different.
Gideon King continue their battle. The 2 next stars to start the second half is Daniel Johnson.
All right.
Shot clock down to 7. Giddy wants to use the Humphries screen. Tries to cross-court pass straight to Machado. This is when Taipans are at their best in transition. Ngatai for 3. Got it.
We got a 13-point ball game. That's all you spoke about. The transition offense was what got the Taipans back into this game at the end of that second quarter. And I love that they threw the ball down to Big Nate. Isaac Humphries wasn't going to foul at all. They got a little bit of a mini run going. They need to get some stops. That is not going to help.
It's Brandon Paul. Will now go line for 3. And that'll really frustrate Mike Kelly.
Well, it will, because they were starting to play some good basketball. I mean, it's only been 90 seconds. But you get a couple stops, you get a 2 good offensive looks, and if Brandon Paul hits that over your hand, you just got to live with it. You go, he's a good shooter, you live with that, you get another good offensive set. Basically just give him 3 points at the line.
A Gatorade Refuel You. Player focus at halftime was all about this, man. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, now to go along with 14 points. And a chance to make it 15. He's the game high scorer.
Sorry?
And it is 15 points. Machado guarded by Sunday Dech. Lazy passer. They got away with it though, the Taipans. Just.
7.
See it, come on, Nate!
Nice roll by Johnson. Turns into the double team in the end. Made it a lot tougher than it probably could have been. And that'll be on Pinder.
Hey, it's Pinder's third foul as well.
Hey, you gotta have your head in. Okay, okay.
Time out.
We have a little look at this. Daniel Johnson spins into a tough double team. And then Pinder just on the rebound. Picks up number 3, Mike Kelly. We hear him a fair bit in the effects, Mike. Let's go see what he says to his team.
This time, it's war.
Hey, come on, fellas. The mental shit. It's there for you. It's there for you. All right? Come on, man. Come on, Fab. Everybody, what do they need you to do? What do you need each other to do? All right? Hey, offensively now, 21s. Okay? 21s. We're gonna get you rolling down there. All right? Good spacing, and if we kick it back through you, we're just in the flow on that side. Hey, defensively now, everything through your chest and get stops. Here we go. Come on, boys. Come on now. 1, 2, 3.
Michael's got a good point, because at halftime, he would be saying exactly that is they're going to give you a chance, the Adelaide 36ers, because as Brandon Paul alluded to when he's talking to Case, they've been in this position before and haven't put teams away. Remember the NBL Cup, they were up 20-odd on Perth at halftime, lost that game by double digits. So it's right there, but you've got to be so perfect when you're coming back from this kind of deficit. He just wants them to make sure that they all play their role, whatever their role is, to play it to their best of their ability and claw their way back.
Machado guarded by Dench. He was in 2 minds whether to shoot or pass. That homicide in the end. Did he leave the ground? Almost shot that as a foul shot.
1 of 7 tonight, 0 of 4 from the 3. Not having a good one tonight.
Giddy, step back for 3. That's down. Josh Giddy able to hit his first 3 of the night. He's up to 9. Go along with 4 assists.
50% from the field. 4 of 8.
Machado just turns it over again.
Well, that's the part of his game that's really come leaps and bounds at the start of the season, just stepping into those 3 balls really confidently and not really taking bad ones anymore. Not trying to prove that he can shoot it, just if he's open or a guy goes under, stepping back and knocking it down with confidence.
Paul curls off, straight on 3. No good. Giddy with his first rebound of the night. Pinder steps straight into it. Was effective from the 3-point line a couple of days ago, not to be there. Although he's having another nice night. Here's Jar White. Pinder on 3 fouls. As Jar White just pulling straight through the numbers, and that's an offensive foul.
Pinder has really done a great job in this game defensively. Talked about him rim protecting. To take this hit. Whoo! That is a big man.
Take the wind out of your sails.
But you're not standing there, are you? That's the only option you can do. Get ready to take that one. You just wonder if there might be something a little going on with Scott Machado, because as you said, his 3 balls look really flat, and he's made a couple of errors offensively. It just looks like a little bit out of sorts. It's a good knockdown there, mid-range from Josh Giddy. Machado, 1 of 7 from the field, hasn't hit a 3. Got a couple of turnovers. Has got those 4 assists that we saw early in the game.
Jarway guarded by Pinder this time. He just goes straight at him the legal way. Jarway up to 8.
It's tough out there when you not too many options offensively, and they putting that pressure on you. That is tough.
Here's Pinder. Cross-court pass finds Brandon Paul for 3. That was a great pass. Good heads-up play. Able to see a weak side cross-court screen. And in the end, Brandon Paul's able to knock it down. He's up to 18. Machado to fire back. He can't. Paul with the rebound.
Gotta credit Sunday Dech playing some great on-ball defense. Just doesn't have him comfortable out there.
Here is Machado, right at Dech. Kicks it outside. Mojave King hit the first three of the night for the Taipans. That one a little off, and Venky Joyce backs in Johnson and is able to spin to the baseline and lay it in.
And no doubt on the Sunday Dech, he's making life tough for Scott Machado. It just doesn't look like he has that little pep in his step that we're used to seeing, the little turn of foot acceleration. But again, Sunday Dech, his on-ball defense, as Damian Martin said, his containment defense is the best in the league.
But there's no other options for him out there consistently. So the paint is packed consistently. When he kicks it out, nobody's hitting nothing. That's draining to continue to keep going and nothing's happening.
A little Josh Giddey and Nate Jowai byplay here. Not too much in it at all. In fact, nothing in it outside of a little chat.
Nate was just asking what number he reckons he'll reach on the draft night.
All the way, Josh Giddey all the way to the bucket, having an outstanding third quarter.
What a possession there from Josh Giddey. Gets the block on one end and takes it right down the other end and finishes through some traffic.
Great clean defense. And when they're running downhill, this Adelaide team is fun to watch.
The best part about that, he was looking to see who was running with him the whole time. He wanted to make a play for someone else and just kept looking, seeing if anyone else is going to be available. In the end, just turned the Jets on the last couple of steps. Having a nice little period.
We're going to have a look at Josh Giddey highlights in a split second. Something, Pete Hawley, that you just mentioned there, that's what's made him so hard to guard this year, is continued by able to get to the ring, because he's been able to find that right balance of being aware of his teammates are, which defenders are ready to go, but now he's got more confidence to put the ball in the basket himself.
Well, it's exactly right. He's a pass-first point guard, no doubt, and what he's doing now, he has found that balance of everyone knows he's trying to pass it, but if they don't come, he keeps the ball long enough where he can get those wide-open layups, or he's going to get a wide-open three-ball. But every single time he makes a move to the rim, it's to get someone else a shot. But if you don't come to him, he's like this, you go underneath his screen, he's going to step back and shoot it with confidence. So he'd be so fun to play with for how unselfish he is, but how mature his decision-making is.
And that's a perfect example here. Mirko Jeric the whole time thought Giddey was finding someone else. Dufamo was just in a tough position being behind him, and Giddey was able to use both his awareness of what Mirko Jeric thought he was going to do and his ability to use his body to stay in front of Dufamo to have an uncontested layup.
Which is a unique... We talk about how unique he is as an 18-year-old, because you're so often taught to drive to score, and if the defense is going to come then make a decision. This man is always playing for his teammates, and if they don't come to help on the defensive end is when he goes to score himself. So that maturity for a teenager is what's really going to help him have such an amazing NBA career.
That lead, which is down to 13, back to 22. Last 4 points for Adelaide. The fans at Adelaide again, packing out the Adelaide Entertainment Centre on a Wednesday night. They've been great all year. Juk Deng back in the game. Giddey could have rebounded it, but he's trying to force a little semi-fast break and gives Taipans another opportunity, which Deng can't quite finish. Giddey, 3. That one a little short. He's feeling good. As the defender goes under the screen. Joyce on McVeigh, jump hook, good. Felt for the body, found out where McVeigh was, used it to his advantage.
Well, I love Venky Joyce's aggressiveness, but he's had a couple of those. That move he made on Daniel Johnson about it 2 minutes ago. If he's going to end up getting a layup, that was tougher, but you've got to foul him. He has not shown that he can make a free throw right now. Put him on the line.
As Detch gets on the ground and it leads to a dunk for Daniel Johnson.
And it's the little plays like that that'll open up the game. Diving on the ball, that's the difference from being a 16-point game than a 30-point game.
You have a face guard warning.
John Casey courtside.
Thanks, Cam. Yeah, Scotty Machado, as you're saying, having a slow night tonight. I just checked with the physio and the staff here, the medical staff. He's fine, but the point was made that Sunday Detch really does a good job against Scotty and really enjoys the challenge, and I guess that's why Sunday Detch is one of the best defenders in the competition, because he does do a good job against the elite point guards. But that's all it is. Scotty's fine.
Thank you, Case.
Well, as Corey said as well, Scott Machado thrives on having those guys around him who can score and help carry the load, and he just doesn't have that right now. His running mate is back in America.
Do you know how hard it is to go with an elite defender in front of you and 3 other people waiting in the paint for you? Every time. That's the scouting report. Just close it up and cut your water off. We'll deal with everybody else.
I haven't found myself in those positions too often.
Johnson, Dillon. Joyce said no to the first one. Jack McVeigh said yes to the second. Also, a face guard warning moments ago for Jack McVeigh.
Yeah, I heard that from Michael Aylen, and that started a couple of minutes ago from basically just having, when someone's squaring up with the ball, you can't have your hand basically touching their nose. You can't be allowed to do that consistently on that possession.
Sting's able to get it to go. And there was a warning for that as well on Sunday. So the NBL refs well and truly on it.
I hear you. Don't disagree with you.
Here's Dillon.
It's an interesting rule, though, isn't it, the little face guard, because
Daniel Johnson just tries to bully past Majuk Deng, who says no. Now it's the Taipans in transition. Traditionally, when they look the best, do for my Leza for Joyce. He gives it back to him on the give and go. Can't finish the little double clutch reverse. As McVeigh just spins into a triple team, but they can't stop him.
That is ultimate green light team. 1-on-3 in transition when you know your leash is a bit shorter right now, and he gets it to go.
Biggest lead of the game for the 36ers. They're out by 24.
No way.
Stupid lays it in.
No way.
We're not going to find out. Because as Pinder looks to check back in, I don't think we'll find out if it is in fact for Jack McVeigh.
He made it. Surely not.
No, he's not getting subbed out. Maybe we'll see it 3/4 time. Here's Brandon Paul. Shot clock is off. Couldn't find Dillon. Throws it out. Here's the sub.
I venture to guess it'd be for Daniel Johnson, who's played a lot in this third quarter.
It's a good call.
It is, and I'll tell you what, I think we all were just taking a little bit of sigh of relief.
For Jack McVeigh, who we love watching.
Better believe Jack McVeigh was looking over to the sideline when he saw.
Last shot on the corner. Jared Chuaba for the Taipans. Dufemire. That's a little short. Wasn't Dufemire, rather. He got the rebound. It was Kenny. Either which way, no points for the Taipans. And it's a 22-point Adelaide 36ers lead with 1 to go at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Champion Heritage round. Both these teams winning their Heritage jerseys. There's Giddy. Nice little Euro on the floater. That's a nice move. And you talk about the composure coach pre-game. It's on show right there. And it's helped lead to this 3-point lead for Brisbane. Jack McVeigh just in. Fade away. Got it. He continually, game in, game out, continues to push his case for best six-man of the year.
36 is just 2 of 9 from long range. And the Bullets, 8 assists on 7 made field goals as Humphreys finds Sunday Detch underneath. Nathan Sobey. A couple of guys in quarantine around the country right now.
There is.
Might be stepping on court in the league.
Big shout out to Will Magno, who no doubt's watching this game. There's Kadee, little floaters, nice. Johnson got Froling in the air. Was able to give himself just a little bit of room. That's a nice shooter's roll. Wouldn't you like that, Coach?
That is their shooter's roll, man.
Hodgson, cross-court, Drimmick, 3. Hodgson. 4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for Froling. Giddy, too easy. All the way to the bucket, able to get the head down, full head of steam. Weakness. Good take.
Jeez, he's quick.
He's very quick.
A couple of threes here, or a couple of baskets here, and it's, you know, it becomes a real game here.
Giddy hands it off to Johnson. First points in the second half in game number 350. As he spoke about pre-game with John Casey, he said, I would have preferred the win. Well, he's going to get them both tonight as Daniel Johnson in game 350 continues to rack it up as well.
He's so smart. He's so smart.
Shot clock's at 1. He's going to have to let it go. From the Bunnings. Logo! Caps off! A wonderful night. Three quarters in the books. Nate Jowai battled hard. Josh Giddey having a nice night. Sunday Dents having an outstanding season. Brandon Paul gets better and the lead is 22. Just hasn't been enough of that for the Cairns Taipans in the last 10 minutes to go. Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Either of you two boys think Taipans can win?
No, they had 2 chances, didn't they, to really bring this game back, get it to within 13 points and then give up a 3-point foul on a 3. That was huge. Chris Vic foul is Brandon Paul just banks it in lefty. It was going to be awfully hard for him.
John Casey's courtside.
Thanks, Cam. I caught a quick word with Nate Jawai there during the three-quarter time break, just to ask him about that byplay between himself and Josh Giddey. I said, is there an issue there? Did something happen? He said, no. He said, I was just trying to test him out to see if he's a man. He wanted to try and see where his head's at and just give him a bit of a test to make sure he knows that, you know, the NBL's not a cupcake league, to quote a very famous commentator.
Thank you, Case. Humphries inside. They're going to get 4 shots at this. And in the end, it's Tony Crocker who's able to finish it. Again tonight, have smacked the Taipans on the glass, 42-25.
But I like that. I like that response from Nate Jawai. Test the young fella to see where he's at, if he's tough enough, if he has heart. And Josh Giddey definitely has that.
Joyce can't finish it over Humphries. He's playing with 4 fouls.
That's a double-double for Brandon Paul. 18 points, 10 rebounds. He has been everywhere. Oh,
Humphries, nice move.
Great hands by Vinky Joyce to recover that.
Don't gamble! Keep in front, let's go!
Ding, 3. Already Connor Henry wasn't overly pleased, and that wouldn't have helped right in front of me.
Literally, they get stops. Cairns get stops and look so good at the other end, but just too much firepower. Adelaide 36ers have, especially in the half court.
There has been, and we saw the start was always going to be hard to claw back. But when you're trying to claw back, you've got to play perfect. And they had it to 13 points. And you foul Brandon Paul on a 3, and all of a sudden that game, it gets blown back out to 20. So they've had some opportunities, just haven't capitalized. Their offense in the half court's looked a lot better since the first quarter. But when they get out and run, look at Jared's that play before. It was probably the best handle we've seen from him in a long time, and found Majok Deng for the open 3 ball.
Lead back to 19 with Majok Deng, first game for a while as Daniel Deng gets all the way to the bucket after missing 16. Leads all scorers for Cairns with 9.
And that opens up because of the shooting Brandon Paul is doing and Tony Crocker. Their players can't play off of them. Nice take, great recognition to get to the basket.
Here is Deng. Guarded by Crocker. He's got a pretty decent green light with Majok Deng, so that was always going to go up. That one's a little short though.
Glad to see him back on the court healthy. He's been out for so long.
And we speak about the Taipans. I mean, how disappointing that season's been in a hole from where they were last year. And nothing disappointing about this being tonight. There you go, 18, 10 and the 4 assists. And got 2 turnovers, really trying to get those assists up. But he's been everywhere. He's been awesome tonight for the Sixers. But back on the Taipans, we talk about was 2 imports now, and DJ Newman was not there, and we know it's a massive loss. But what we expected from them was Majok Deng to take another step forward from what he's been doing. And Kuat Noya was the other big one before he got injured. He was a little disappointing with what we thought he was going to be, and he's going to have a massive career ahead of him, only get better. But we expected both of them to complement the Machado and Oliver and help them roll. Great pass, that's an assist for Brandon Paul to Isaac Humphries. That offense has looked good all night for the Sixers.
Only the 4 points for Isaac Humphries. They spent a lot of time on the bench in foul trouble, but they haven't really, in fact, they haven't missed him at all. Here's Machado. Great pass inside to Deng, picked his moment. And he's the first Taipan into double figures.
It's good to see. Good to see him back on the court playing well. 11 points, 14 minutes, limited minutes, obviously being out for so long.
Ditch. Did everything with drop. Now the Taipan's going to try and conjure up some momentum. Paul knocks it out of the hand, and Majok Deng, it'll stay with the Taipans.
See that crispy offense, curls and draws attention just enough. This big man to get an easy dunk.
Did you see that defense on Sunday, Dex, on Majok Deng down there? Just non-stop moving on the post. Ended up, it looked like it could have been reviewed and gone the other way off Deng's foot, but just his defense, his ability to just take any matchup.
Machado, turn down the 3, finds Jeric for 3, that's no good. Long rebound back to Machado, that's down. He's had a little bit of trouble from the 3-point line tonight as Scotty Machado. That's his first hit of the night after missing his first 5. He's got 8.
It's a hard-earned 8 points, too.
It most certainly has been for the start. Stufamire knocks over the screener, trying to work his way through it. That'll be his second foul. Josh Giddey comes back in. 15 points, couple of rebounds for Giddey tonight to go along with 4 assists. McVeigh had to let it go as the shot clock was about to expire. Didn't recognise him shooting a 3 off 2 feet, but it's 3 points nonetheless.
Josh Giddey knew exactly what he was doing. When that shot clock going down, you just got to get the ball to Jack McVeigh. That thing is going up without a dribble.
Stufamire couldn't finish it. Humphries with the rebound. Paul inside to Humphries. Big favour to run away from him, so he said, this is an easy little 10-footer.
Playing really well, Jack McVeigh, and we thought we were going to be in trouble after that one-legged 3-ball in the second quarter, but he's got 9 points, a couple of rebounds, and just that energy that we're used to seeing from him.
Deng gets around McVeigh, little floater's nice.
Great take by Deng. Get this win under his belt. Finish off the season stronger.
Good opportunity to build. Going to be a relatively short preseason, I think, as well. So
get ready for next season.
Get ready for next season. 13 points tonight after missing the previous 16 games. Humphries inside, had Machado on him. Got deep, couldn't finish the little jump hook. Now Machado, what a pass, just weaves it through to Stufamire, to Deng, who's really got the green light.
Go on and get him up then.
He's the only one right now for Cairns who's able to put the ball in the bucket. He's up to 16.
Well, it is so good to see him back, and as you said, get ready for next year. A few games left in this season. He can start to just build his confidence back up, build up his tools, and start to look forward to what he can do with a full season under his belt. And the Taipans, they're going to retool. They still get Machado, Oliver, Deng, hopefully, and then Kuat Noya, all those pieces, and then just get a couple other pieces to add, and hopefully get back to a team that can be a force to be reckoned with.
Next 4 for Adelaide, and if they want to make that push for the playoffs, and the way they're playing, they're up to it. I'm just not certain they're close enough. They're going to have to win Probably all 4 of these.
Well, they're the teams they've got to knock off because they're the teams that are currently chasing those final spots in the 3 and 4 position. So you want to win all of those, then all of a sudden we might be having a different conversation come May 21st.
Those are winnable games.
Absolutely.
Certainly are.
They're the double points games because you knock them down a little bit because the Kings are sitting 3rd right now and the Phoenix, they've got to play some big games coming up as well. So those are, man, they're the games you want. When you're trying to make this late push, you want to be playing against the teams in those spots so that you can try and knock them down a rung or two and not rely on them losing to other teams. Oh, a couple of the best. Brodie Smith. Himmelberg, couple of the Crowy boys. Started the season well after Crows, fallen away.
That's your team, right?
Yeah, it is. We, ever since the grand final a few years ago, just haven't been the same since. They have been. Brodie has been.
Brodie Smith is a very good footballer. Going in the right direction, the Crows, for all you Crows fans listening around the country. Here's Daniel Johnson. Talking about going in the right direction, his team most certainly is. Detch for 3, great pass. And they have a great ability to run stuff out of timeouts, what Connor Henry calls, to great effect.
Well, they did that. The first play of the game was perfectly executed. The first play out of half-time, perfectly executed. And just then when Taipans made that little run, they come out and get an easy 3-ball, wide open 3-ball, knock it down.
Sunday Detch is a nightmare defender.
I agree.
I'm just watching his movement, that last possession. He would be extremely difficult to score on. He's 6'3".
You know what he is?
I just thought I was sitting there.
What is
He's the next star guru. Played alongside LaMelo Ball last year. LaMelo Ball gets drafted. This year, Sunday Detch plays alongside Josh Giddey. He's going to get drafted. If you're an 18-year-old kid somewhere in the world, you'll say, I want to play with Sunday Detch. And he does make your life easier because defensively, he's in the top 2 or 3 in the league. And he always takes the hardest matchup as well.
Oh, LaMelo wasn't here to play defense last year.
No, there's truth in that. Johnson just meanders in. That was a little short. Will it come off the Taipan hand? It will.
I'm still stuck on that the next 4 games for the Adelaide 36ers because you look at the ladder, they're 3 games behind 3rd and 4th spot, which is 14 wins for the Kings and the Phoenix. They've got 11 wins. It's about to be 12. They win those games, they are a legitimate chance to make finals.
If they win those 4 games, yeah.
You don't think they'll win? If they win 3 out of 4, they're still a legitimate.
I agree. I don't think they'll go 4-0. Tony Crockett nails it. They are playing better. They are playing better than Illawarra. I'm not going to say Sydney just yet. Sydney were pretty poor only in the 4th quarter against United on Sunday, but they were pretty good for 3 and a bit. But Adelaide are playing well. But you've got to keep in mind it was only a week ago New Zealand smoked them.
Well, yeah, there's a lot to play out, but they do have. They definitely have the way they're playing. Their offense is strong. We talk about the goals and the roster. Everyone's back now. The Adelaide 36 aren't a team you want to come up against because they're hungry. They know how important these wins are. Good take there by Mojave King. They win both games against the Hawks. Maybe drop one against the Kings away and win both games away for the Kings. Win one of those 2. And all of a sudden, I tell you what, it's going to get real spicy towards the end of this.
It's a team that know how to want to play.
Absolutely not. I mean, they've done this tonight. I know Kansas severely undermanned, but Isaac Humphrey's got 4 points. Only played 12 minutes, had foul trouble. Daniel Johnson started really well. He's only got the 15 points. Brandon Paul's gone off. Tony Crocker's gone off. They've got different pieces everywhere, and guys are just stepping in. They've got their rotation sorted. It's a dangerous team.
Madronya comes in, his first minutes.
And New Zealand smoked Adelaide in Launceston, but New Zealand was playing great basketball.
They're another one playing good basketball.
You don't want to see them.
You don't.
Offensive foul. Illegal screen.
But that's what
No basket.
we love about the NBL. It's going to come down to the last round, like it always does, to solidify the top 4.
Which is the sign, as you touch on, of a great league.
The last game of the entire regular season, as it stands, albeit nothing changing, touch wood, with what we're going through around the country, is Melbourne United versus the Adelaide 36ers. You don't want to leave it to that game to make sure you have to win to get in.
Where is it?
Melbourne.
Keanu Pinder fouls out. 5 fouls. In saying that, Adelaide were pretty good. What? How was it? 10 days ago in Melbourne? United, the hottest team in the league. Can't wait for tomorrow night. That's going to be huge. Dufemire for 3. Got it to go.
If there's any guard in this league that owns Melbourne United, who would it be?
Bryce Scott. I'll say Bryce Scott.
And when is Perth the most dangerous team? When they lose.
Finals.
And play bad, right? So you don't want to see an angry Perth team.
No, you don't.
Right? And a Bryce Cotton that didn't play well in that loss.
Tight pants right now, just getting some easy 3 balls just to fill up the score, make it look a bit respectable.
Are you on tomorrow?
They're comfortable in John Cain Arena.
No, they are.
I'm not on.
Well, they won a championship there 2 years ago.
Thanks, Cam.
Are you on tomorrow night, Pete?
I'll be there courtside and do have fond memories of that grand final.
I've got fond memories of it as well. I watched it with a guy named Corey.
So the match continues.
Puzzle went in. Rico White and Bryce Cotton tried to find him, and I had to tell him that his phone had died and he's ducked out early.
It's not true. My phone died. Went to the bathroom.
Can't finish the first one. Kicks out. Nartai 2 straight. Yes.
Jordan Nartai, we talk about guys who have taken the opportunities. He's only taken 5 shots tonight. He's 3 of 5. On the field for 9 points. He's one that's really shown that he can play with some consistent minutes.
Pedronia, 3. Got it. No sweeter sound in sport.
About the chain net.
Well, it's not in sport because the NBL won't put it in for the open air game, but I'll keep pushing it. And this has been a big win for the 36ers, who again have been impressive. Nartai banks one in. He's feeling good. But it's all too little too late for a Cairns team, who were on the back foot early from a 36er team who continues to roll. Allen, Crocker, 3, no good. Mojave King will dribble it out, and that will be a 16-point win for Connor Henry and his men. Adelaide Entertainment Centre loving it again, and that's a big win for the 36ers, Pete Hawley.
It is, and that's one they had to get. That we talk about games as they make this late run. You can't afford to drop games to teams in the bottom half of the ladder. You want to make sure that the games you do lose are against those top-tier